Good evening, Western Ultimate League fans. Welcome to the Upper Left USA, Seattle, Washington, where we have a battle between the sea and the bay. I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And here we go. Second game of our doubleheader here. Charlie, how you feeling?
I am stoked the way this schedule works out, that we have Seattle Cascades playing the Oakland Spiders in the UFA, and now in the Western Ultimate League, switching leagues, switching gender representations, we have Seattle Tempest hosting the Bay Area Falcons. And that matchup of Bay Area teams versus Seattle teams, I think really speaks to what we can expect. That UFA game came out, Oakland took it by 21-20. It was a nail-biter to the end, lead changes switching, late comeback attempt from Seattle. And that's similar to what happened in the Bay, right? Bay had the game in hand, and in their first matchup earlier this year, everyone expected the Bay Area Falcons to win that game at home. However, Seattle surged back late in the game and stole it from them. And so, final score, 12-10, Seattle took it over the Bay Area Falcons in their previous matchup. And so the Bay is coming out hungry. They are here for revenge. They are here, they know that on this road trip with Seattle versus Oregon tomorrow, if they win both of those games, they can clinch their spot into championship weekend. So let's take a look at that Bay Area Falcons roster.
Let's do it.
Something that's really noteworthy to me about this Falcons roster is how complete this roster is for this game. Talking to Coach Manisha Slapdariani before the game, she's like, I really had my choice of players for this game. It was really hard to pick who we were going to roster. You have so many players that are worthy of having their accolades sung. The backfield that is really bolstered with Han Chen and Robin Fennig, that partnership, Fennig joining the team this year, has just been remarkable to watch, the way that they are so steady in the backfields. But someone that I do want to highlight specifically is I want to highlight Mankoff, I want to highlight Sarah Carnahan and Olivia Goss, who all have family here in Seattle who are getting to watch them play. And that is part of why we do what we do at the Western Ultimate League. It is for visibility. It is for creating those connections. And it's why players play. How exciting is it to get to come and have your friends and family in the stands? And that is such a special moment. And I think especially for Olivia Goss, who is a Seattle native, her family lives here. She gets to play. Her brother, Tony Goss, was just playing for the Cascades in the game before this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So you get that community, you get that connection, and that's really special. Let's take a look at that Tempest roster that they're going to be facing off against tonight. Similarly, for Tempest, they also really had their pick of players. There were so many different, this is really the first time we've seen a complete Tempest roster. The roster that Tempest took to the Bay in their previous matchup this season was not their top roster. This is really the first time that the coaches have had pretty much everyone available. And so you have all of the heavy hitters, right? You have Cheryl Sue, you have Sadie Jazerski, you have Hannah Kawai, you have Emily Decker, you have Linnea Sue. We can just keep going. There are going to be so many opportunities for your offensive stars to shine and so many backups, right? If you throw your best matchup on Sadie, who are you going to put on Hannah Kawai? If you throw that matchup, who are you going to put on, you can't stack them all.
Yeah, you got to choose your poison,
But then defensively, you have players like Anna Petty and Lauren Page that are just rocking teams with their tight, feisty defense. Jamie Erickson, right? The Tempest so far has really been running with this tight, tenacious defense, and that's what's been propelling them. It's been digging them out of holes, they almost got out of in their game against San Diego.
Overtime thriller, yeah.
Yeah. But it's also what has been leading them to success. So this game day roster, we are looking hot and spicy for both teams. Both teams really strong rosters coming into this matchup, and opportunities to clinch this playoff spot. If Seattle Tempest wins tonight, they better their record from 3-1 to 4-1, clinching their spot in playoffs.
Clear.
If the Falcons win tonight and they win again tomorrow against Oregon, the Falcons have bettered their record from 2-1 to 4-1, thus clinching their spots into playoffs. So far, we have Colorado Alpenglow and San Diego Superbloom, who are both 4-0. Both of those teams have clinched their spots into playoffs. So 2 of the 4 spots into championship weekend are secured. So there are only 2 open spots, and there are 4 teams in contention. So you have, in addition to the 2 teams you see here, you have Utah and Oregon, who are both technically still in contention. Utah won earlier today in their game, so instead of being, so they are now 1-4. So it is statistically improbable, but still possible.
Yeah.
Because you would end up with some like weird you could end up with some weird 3-way ties, right? If like Seattle loses out, or Bay loses out. If the Bay loses out, Utah and Oregon are in contention. Oregon at 0-3 has played 1 fewer game. And so because they have more games to play, if Oregon wins out at 3-3, then they still have the opportunity to make championship weekend. But if we're being honest, odds-on favorites are that both Seattle and the Bay are advancing to championship weekend. Like, they are certainly the favorites to do so, but it's still statistically possible for Utah and Oregon to do it. As of now, with their record, Arizona is officially out of championship weekend. So we're looking at a game that means a lot, both from a revenge perspective, right? Like, Bay Area is hungry. They were expected to win that initial game. They didn't. And so now they are here in Seattle, and they got some payback. So there's they know, right? Tempest knows that the Falcons are coming for them. Tempest knows that there's a target on their back. And so we have a lot to look forward to. Both teams, with their complete rosters, this is playoff level frisbee, but still in the regular season. So we are in for a treat tonight.
Definitely.
Ooh. Can you tell I'm excited?
Yeah, hey, I'm right there with you. Seattle in the Bay. Here we go. Playoff frisbee. It's coming upon us. We're like 2/3 through the season already, which is crazy. Time's flying by here. But like you were saying, these are 2 playoff contending teams, and we'll see how the chess game plays out here early.
And I think that you also have such intelligent coaches that do such a phenomenal job, building up their players, but also knowing how to use the rules to their advantage, knowing how to get the best out of their players. And I think that is what both coaching staffs are doing, is they're really elevating the players as individuals and as a team. And they're building communities that can be successful season over season, and you can put the different puzzle pieces into your system, right? The Tempest system is different than the Tempest system that won them championships in 22 and 23. It is a different system, but the community is the same. You still have coaching consistency. You still have that longevity, and it is and by integrating these new pieces and building off of what you have, they continue to have success. The Bay is doing the same thing.
Yes.
And that is what makes this game so special.
We're off. Sails out of bounds to start. Seattle will get it in the middle of the field.
It's not how you want to start a game. Seattle showing off a vertical stack to start.
Hannah Kawhi walking it to the middle. Quickly connects to Baroma downfield. Gets it right back.
What a treat to watch Cheryl Sue and Hannah Kawhi in the backfield together.
Backwards hat, so you know it means business.
For both of them.
Yep. Baroma, a good target. Swings it now. Julia Hasbrook with a peel-off block. Georgia Cardoza gets in there, lofting up to her. Good box out.
Brings it down over Kirkland.
There's another one out there. Baroma gets in there. Seattle with a chance to right their wrongs here. Woo! Yason Lee.
Nice grab under pressure from Lee. Munson with that block. Wow.
Bay Area connects it.
And opens the game with a break. If we weren't sure if Bay Area was hungry, like that goes it.
For sure. Couple blocks in this opening point. Couple miscues in the backfield. Oof.
I think there's certainly some argument of, right, like Tempest had some miscues. Hasbrook threw it away. I mean, Cardoza, kudos, got the block, but really it's because Hasbrook didn't aim well. And so Falcons are able to capitalize on that, and that speaks highly to where they're coming from. Yeah. Sue just didn't put that in the right place for Kawhi. So those certainly are both like thrower execution errors, and like that is a well-placed throw. You know, Cardoza able to, you know, it's sort of like a bookends, but they got the block before. But they did get the block in the point and the goal. Just not the one immediately preceding the goal.
Maybe with a bookmark, you know.
Oh, there you go.
Here's Cushy.
Looking at an 0-2 from Seattle.
Charlie ID puts it out there. Cat Chung can't dig it up.
Another execution error. Throwing execution error, specifically.
Bay with a chance to go up too. Connects, good gainer. Goss puts it out there. Oof.
Injury on the field. Captain Jesse Crowley is down on the ground, having a conversation with Vicky Chen. Both of them staying on the ground. In the WL, we have observers. The observers are there to make rulings on calls when asked by players, but it is self-officiated, so the players are initiating the calls as they feel they're appropriate. Ultimately ruled not impactful. Tempest has the disc.
Little hiccups in the restart here.
Pick called, really because the spacing for Tempest right now is not looking good. They are all bunched together. It is just rife for picks in that vertical stack. Need more horizontal, more vertical spacing. We will come back in with that 4-second pre-stall.
Again, the score is 1-0, Bay Area. Big swing around. Here's Sue. Rifles one. Chung hung in there. Has Baroma going. One-on-one in the deep space. Ooh. It'll be a Goss.
Olivia Goss showing off in front of her Seattle crew.
Yep. Feed the roots. Connecting downfield. Chen dumps it back. Defending.
They are doing a really great job moving the disc, looking really poised and in control.
Ooh, a low riser. Cushy gets a finger on it. Woo! Oh my gosh. Off the tip. Stepanitis. How about this?
Cushy helped that play.
Mm-hmm. Wow, let's see that again. Patience, swinging it around.
It's like really a little bit low. I mean, if Cushy hadn't been there, I think that she would have been able to catch it without having to bid for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, you know, great athleticism from Stepanitis to, you know, and that tenacity, right? Going back earlier, that hunger.
Definitely.
This is a strong showing from the Bay. Up 2-0, not even halfway into the first.
More and more fans feeling the crowd here. Hopefully Seattle can respond here, give us a game.
Thinking again about, you know, before the game, talking to coaches were really emphasizing how that they are leading with their defense. And Seattle starting on offense and getting broken twice doesn't allow the opportunity to lead with your defense. However, this is a D line. This is D1 that is currently on the field.
Lonnie Nguyen puts it out there for Jezierski. Quick decision, puts it out there. Seattle connects in the end zone. Lauren Page, table of contents.
You just need to put the D line out there to score. That's how that works, right? This is the great thing about being on D-line. When you're on D-line, you get rewarded by getting to play more by scoring. When you're on the O-line, you're rewarded by taking off the field, and it's like the ultimate heads we are, like we just want to play more. So we get to reward the puppies, and the puppies here get to stay on and play some D.
Woof.
Looks like Seattle's mostly keeping that same line that so cleanly took care of that offensive point, and they truly do get the reward of staying on to play defense.
Mm-hmm. Let it ride, they said. Jezierski lets the pull go. Centered here, defending, gets it off.
First look at the Falcons O-line.
Elmi peels off, gets the block. Seattle with a break chance here.
Rare miscommunication.
Puts it out to space, Jezierski! Seattle ties the game, 2-2. Great help side D by Elmi. Off the miscue.
Phenomenal work by Elmi. It is a rare miscue for Chen and Fennig. They typically work so well together in the backfield. But Chen clearly expects that Fennig is going there, and I love how Elmi just sees it and has started running to clear that space, right? Elmi wasn't even guarding Fennig. That was Jones. And then Elmi's like foresight and to just loft that out to space for Jezierski to run onto it, right? Like seeing that there was a Falcons defender on the other side of the field, puts it away from everyone, and there's just up in the air, that sting power. Really great work by Elmi.
Elmi, a veteran at this point, knows what to do out there.
Elmi was a baby when we started playing together. Now they're teaching all the babies. Erickson starting off with the big pull. Getting a look at the sort of the second D-line for Tempest.
Gaining yards, the Falcons. Pugh connects downfield. Win. The up line. Ooh, out into space. Wow. What a nice shot. Pew pew. Connects to Fennig.
There was a little bit, a few people changed from that previous Falcons point to this one, but mostly kept the line intact. I really appreciate I appreciate Pugh faking to create the space on the throw. Driving up line, surveying the field, and just hitting her shot.
Yeah, I did that.
Fennig's first goal of the game. Certainly won't be our last.
It's a good bet.
Fennig, moved to the Davis area a couple years ago, and really values being part of the community and really wants to integrate into the new area. And, so last year declined to play Falcons and wanted to invest in, in coaching and becoming part of the community and getting those connections. And so, now after feeling more grounded, Fennig was like, okay, I have the capacity to connect.
Cushy puts it out to space. Hasbrook ran out of real estate. The Falcons with a break chance.
And so Fennig was like, okay, I can come and expand where I can contribute, and we're gonna get the benefit of that in this game tonight.
Falcons D-line with a chance to add to the total. Here's Goss. Puts it up the line. Chang gets it back. The lefty connecting downfield. Good communication happening. Pick called.
Good communication perhaps in the backfield, but not in the downfield.
Yeah.
Downfield, players are like, you gotta push, you're in my way. They are clogging space right now.
I think the email got returned to the inbox.
Did you read the plays for this week?
Here's Goss. Definitive fakes. Ooh. Hasbrook almost. Here's Chang. Ooh, big swing. Baroma.
My jaws dropped. Baroma set that up so well.
Now on the counter, here's Seattle.
Remember, this is still an 0 point for Seattle.
Yes. Kirkland and Sue out there. Cushy, shorthanded. Let's try this again. Same spot, same people. Hasbrook. Oh.
Last time, Hasbrook caught it but was out of bounds. This time, Hasbrook was in bounds but didn't catch it.
You get every flavor here. Western Ultimate League.
That's just inches. That is a phenomenal bid by Hasbrook.
Mm-hmm. Goss. Hey. Threads one through to Chen. Timeout called by the Bay Area. Another chance to get a break.
It's a good time to use a timeout. In a game that everyone expects to be close, you want to convert on the opportunities you can, and that point had been going for long enough that having, regardless of who you put on, having fresh legs to run in and to be able to make a plan and settle. Something that's noteworthy about the Bay this year is that they're not hucking very much. They will take away shots, but they're not taking these like Utah and Arizona. They're like, and Super Bloom, like they're slanging the disc. Tempest, we're going to slang the disc. They're really making these big plays. But Bay Area is just eating away at yards. And is very disciplined and just like cranking and very systems-based. And that works best when you are calm, when you are poised, when everyone has a moment to take a breath and resettle. And that's what this timeout is doing. It doesn't matter if you're calling a play, although I'm sure Dariani is calling a play.
Yeah.
But that's not really what matters. It's to play their best, systems ultimate. You wanna take a beat and make sure you're settled so that you come in with the right mental space.
I'm just looking at this formation they had out there. It was a good setup. Connects on the first pass. Shot goes up. It's a little short. Jezerski. Give me a head tap.
Slinging it.
Torch it down the field. You got Decker. Ooh.
Decker's down. Looks like an injury.
Here's another look at that Jezerski roofing expedition.
Probably why they're not slanging it. That was not a strong away pass. I believe that was Cardenas.
No foul, play goes on. Bay Area with another chance.
Pick called, dispatch the thrower.
Davies with the disc, with Elmi on the mark. Gets it back. It's the inside shot. And here comes another look downfield. Ooh. Win in the air. Bay Area back. Chen, hammer to the break side. Connection. Some discussions going on.
Potential stall being discussed by Jezerski and Chen. Which would explain an upside down throw to the break side if you were in a bailout high stall count situation. Rule viable. Disc stays with Bay Area.
2:30 left in this first quarter. Jezerski with another block. Gives it right back.
Classic Jezerski.
Zalt gets it off.
Uncontested foul. Just coming back to Chen.
Freestyle. And we're live. Inside. Too much pepper.
Really strong D by Decker and Jones there. That, creating that small window to throw that inside out to the outside in space. That was really all that Chen had available.
Ooh. Back and forth we go on this point.
Both teams are playing really phenomenal defense, which is aggravating the offense, which is resulting in these what look like poor execution throws, but also they're happening because there aren't open players because the D is so stifling.
Around the other side, Davies. Ooh. Ooh.
We're in that freestyle again.
Davies back to Feneg. It's around to the other side. Chen puts it up. Connection in the end zone. for Jacqueline Wynn. That's a break.
With only 38 seconds left on the clock, Bay Area is up 4-2 in this first quarter. Certainly a tight game. Both teams putting on a lot of pressure. Bay Area looking more poised and more clean so far.
A win-on-win there in the end zone. Bay Area now up double on Seattle. 37 seconds left.
Since Seattle started the quarter on offense, it's particularly important that they that they go ahead and score this last point, right? They can take as long as they want to do it, as long as they score this point in this possession.
Oh, just as you say that.
That was not that. They didn't do the thing I said.
Nope. Pew.
Is pew-pewing all over the place. Timeout has been called. Clock will need to go back, will be reset. Observers are a little bit delayed in recognizing that timeout. Assistant coach Byron Liu walked onto the field to make sure it was really clear that that's what was supposed to happen. So again, what matters isn't how much time is left, how much time is remaining.
Yeah.
Because in the WUL, you have as much time as you need to complete the possession. So the Bay can do what they do best, which is just like chug, chug, chug. Take the shots that are open, keep possession, just like gain little by little to walk the disc. They're at about half field, so they don't need to rush and throw something big. That's not their style. That's not their key to success.
That's a making a big impact.
And what Seattle needs to do here is they need to play their stifling defense. They need to be on people's hip. They need to make the Bay's life challenging. We have a lot of athletes out there. They're not going to have the opportunity to convert unless they get a block real fast. But they can't afford to let the Bay end this quarter with another point, because the Bay is going to come out in the second on offense.
Yep.
So you sort of get another implicit break by doing that.
Game of moments. We'll see how this moment plays out. Fennig with the disc on the sideline. Hammers over the top. 5 seconds. Looks like the Falcons will have the last possession. Indeed they will. Zalt back to Fennig. They take their time. Clock is non-existent right now. Carnahan finds a spot. Jamie Erickson is there to shut that down. Seattle.
Tempest zone and junk looks have looked really good this season. That was a really well-played zone. They were clearly moving in tandem, having athletic players, good communication, and it doesn't get you the turn quickly, but it did what it was supposed to do, and it earned the turn. It made the Bay throw tough throws into spaces, throw a lot of them, using math that eventually you're going to get a turnover or something that's not quite right, and so you're going to allow your athletes to go make a play. That's exactly what happened there. Erickson closing out that, keeping this first quarter at 4-2, Bay up over Seattle. I'm Charlie Mercer.
I'm Zig Nozay.
And we'll see you at the top of the second.
OT. Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
Welcome back. Second quarter underway. Jamie Erickson on the pull. Barrier on top, 4-2. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh.
No, this is on the ground. They're not on top.
Cardenas bobbles it, giving Seattle new life here to start the second. Crowley over the top to Chung. Here's Erickson. Stepping around. Oof.
Russell calling a foul on the throw. Play is taking a little bit, a while to recognize it. Just sailing downfield. Gonna be hard to retrieve.
Good miming going on.
Russell's contending that there was contact on the follow through. Davies is seemingly saying that, I don't know, I think probably that they were like stationary and then it was like after the disc had been released. And so like didn't impact the throw of the disc. Ruled no foul, turnover stands. Players definitely need to reset. They were all much closer to the end zone than where they are now. Taking a little bit for everyone to find their spots on the field. Pre-stalls officially starting.
Action resumes. Jamie Erickson.
Really well read, poach blocked by Erickson.
Oh. Hey. What a play.
How did that happen?
Sue.
That was Sue.
Yeah.
How did Sue catch that?
A little too much mustard on the throw, I think, than intended, but it ends up in a goal. Wow.
If it were any later in the game, that is in contention for a discount play of the game, but I think we're too early to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That is up there. You can see Sue has her like hand over her heart, checking out the elbow burn.
Battle scars. Oh, got the camera a little bit.
You know, so you can see ID was faking it there. Oh, that was trailing edge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And ID had the initial pump fake, and I think had, like, from that initial pump fake, had a bunch of momentum on their throw, so that when she went to throw it, as opposed to directly in front of her, more to the side, overthrew it, like released it a little bit too late, because she had just had the big whip. Yeah. And I think that had the over rotation, putting it too far in front of Sue, like further than intended. So really great athletic play by Sue to close that.
Weyenberg back to Feneg. Chen puts it up aloft. Ooh, Elmi. 0 chance that works.
Elmi, known for running through this, not necessarily skying over people. Great work, Elmi. Elmi's starting off strong this game.
Oh, yeah. Here's Jezerski from the hip. Lets it go to Decker. Connection. Elmi hustling. Smells the end zone. Oh.
Page is out of bounds.
Like a forbidden library.
Elmi wanted that. You could see Elmi was like, oh, Elmi was feeling herself. Got a little carried away.
Puts it on a rope. There's a chance. Hey! Oh.
Conservation of greatness. Lexi Zolk makes a phenomenal big.
Zolk about it. Lonnie Wynn connects to Decker. Decker lets it go. A double Decker. Ooh.
This Carnahan Jezerski matchup, like, I want more of it. Both players that are like have like similar body builds and are just like going up big against each other. I want more of those deep balls.
There's still 8:30 here in the first half. Maybe you'll get your wish. Pugh with the disc. Swinging it around. Hey! Oof. Feneg. Wow. Oh, sure hands, but not in yet. Shimmy and a delivery to Weyenberg for the goal. That was a crazy catch. With the hand over top. Usually people go under with the bid.
Nice deep throw from Feneg.
Pugh.
Something that stuck out to me at that point, and it's like, I understand why the Falcons are not taking a lot of deep shots. You know, it was that last one where they were successful on their away shots, but their previous away shots, their HUD completion percentage this game so far has to be like, I don't know, 10% or something, maybe 20.
Dang.
I mean, I'm not looking at the stats in front of me, but so far this game, it is not good. And it is not what's working with them. And I think it definitely works to Seattle's advantage because Seattle is successful on the away shots. And so when Seattle's doing it and showing success, then it's like, hey, we can do that too. We're going to try and do this cool thing and look cool like a friends.
Yeah.
And it's going to it's lulling the Bay into trying it, and it's not their strength. They chug, they work the unders, they create space by being disciplined and staying true to their system.
Drea Baroma, thrower error. The Bay with a chance to break here. 1-on-1, half of the field. Sue in pursuit.
Again, the away shot. Seattle has great defenders. They've been honing it in practice. Because their throwers are slanging it, the players in practice and in games playing against each other gets to practice defending the deep balls. So handlers, right? Players like Elmi and Sue have tons of experience in that deep space, protecting the deep space against their teammates in practice.
Timeout called. Saved by the bell. Granted to Seattle.
Gift. That stall count was on the doorstep.
Mm-hmm. Great pursuit.
Phenomenal D by Sue.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way Sue was able to get like up and over and keep that clean.
Yeah, no foul. It was good.
Really well done. Seven minutes left in this half.
What, if you were coaching the Bay, what's being said in this huddle right here?
look inward. We play our game. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. We are here. We keep to our systems. We don't try and emulate anyone else because we have all of the keys that we need internally. Yeah. We have the skill set. We have the trust. And I think, in talking to the Tempest coaches before the game, I think it's something they mentioned, that in their previous games there was a lot of game planning. There's like, okay, our opponents are going to do this, and so then we're going to do that to combat whatever it is that we think they're going to do. But this week, Tempest was really internally focused. They weren't talking about how we could clinch the playoffs. They weren't talking about how the Tempest could clinch a playoff spot. They weren't talking about what Bay is going to do, right? The Bay Area roster is strong, top to bottom. You have a ton of talent. It was about Tempest, and Tempest is looking inward and what they can control. And I think in this moment, it is what both teams need to do, right? Tempest needs to stay in this moment. They don't need to worry about the two points. They just need to get that one completion, which they didn't get.
Oh no. Now the Bay with a chance here to be greedy. Chen. Woo, good grab. Greenwood to the middle of the field now. Chang finds a reset. Oh, just out the hands. Seattle with another gift. Let's see if they cash it in. Hannah Kawhi. Cushy. Sue. Wow.
Not just one, but two.
Yeah. Roma tracks it down, drops it off for Cushy. Sue with a great hockey assist.
Sue really created that. And, kudos to Cushy and Baroma for knowing your thrower. But the way that Sue put so much loft on this throw, watch Sue's throwing technique here. There's just enough sail and enough getting the tip up to let it float to give Baroma and Cushy, both of them, enough time to run under it. With a close pan and angle, you can't see, it doesn't do it justice for how long that disc was just sitting there.
Yeah. Back within one. 5:40 left in the first half.
When I talked to the Tempest coaches before the game, they said their keys to the game was start with defense, stay in the moment, and keep to their offensive basics. And I think that we are, really speaks to the coaching staff knowing their team, because those have been both the strengths and weaknesses that we have seen displayed here so far. Their defense is a shining moment. Their fundamental, their offensive basics, their fundamentals are at times lacking, and when they are successful, it's when they are staying present in that moment.
Feneg gets the reset. Big swing around. Chen back to the middle. Chen puts it out there, tailing away. Seattle with a chance to tie the game. Russell picking up. Erickson, a good under. Winds up, sends it deep.
Missed opportunity. Sienna Antolin gets so many yards, and there wasn't anyone for a follow-up there.
Charlie Heidi. Wow. Puts it out to the spot. Antolin. Gets it back. Here's Sue. Pick downfield. Just under 4 minutes remaining.
That was dirty by Sue.
Oh, preservation.
Sue did a great job, like, getting open in that reset space and driving into space.
Injury called. Cardenas walks off.
That makes sense. Cardenas has looked off during warm-ups earlier, and is, you know, and has had a couple of mistakes so far this game. So the fact to see Cardenas limping makes sense.
Seattle makes a sub as well. In comes Decker. Fennig.
I take it back. If I were one of the Falcons coaches, what I would say is stop hucking. I would end it there. Just stop. It's not working. Why do you keep doing it?
Chung sends one to a spot. Decker with legs. Oh.
I really appreciate the team effort by Chen and Carnahan there to sandwich Decker, but also to lure Decker to go up earlier than was best positioning. And I think that was a really smart play by Chen because it put Decker out of position. So it allows them to get the D regardless of whether or not they caught the disc.
Charlie Eide and Fennig having a discussion. Was there contact?
Well, I think what Fennig is saying is you are pushing my back. Like that's what from looking at Fennig's lips. And I think that Eide is saying like I was just there. But like, yeah, that you can see that pushing motion. So it does look like it's going to the observer. Observers hearing the arguments.
Kind of a crucial call.
Yeah.
Seattle not that far from their end zone.
It would be an important break opportunity if this becomes Seattle's desk here. That looks like the observer is saying that they didn't have the ability to make a ruling, and so it is playing as a foul contest and staying with Fennig.
Ooh, Sue and hot pursuit. There goes a Huck. Comes down with it this time. On the doorstep. Collects in the end zone. Weeby scoring.
Weeby took last season off because Weeby had a baby, but is back and crushing it. And as a mom, you know I have to shout out other moms that are out here killing it. Carnahan, who threw that, also a mom, so we got that mom-to-mom connection.
Love it.
I guess it wasn't actually a mom-to-mom connection because there were people in between. But both big contributors in that play.
Yeah. Davies with the assist. Yeah.
Something that we want to highlight is this really phenomenal opportunity between with the WUL, the Western Ultimate League, and the PUL, the Premier Ultimate League.
Oh, yeah.
And there will be the first ever All-Star game. And that All-Star game is happening at the UFA's, the Ultimate Frisbees Association's championship weekend, being held in Madison at the end of August. So before the championship game, I'm stopping.
Ooh. There will definitely be some of these players in that game, like you were saying.
And some of these highlight plays that are happening,
Yes.
like that block by Pugh.
Ooh, good snag.
But there'll be an opportunity for the best of the WUL and the best of the PUL to play against each other for the first time ever at that championship game. And, you know, this level of intensity, this level of expertise, this level of athleticism is what we can expect from that phenomenal opportunity to showcase women and non-binary ultimate. And I think it's really just another opportunity to like increase that visibility and the weight that we put on women's ultimate.
Definitely something I'm sure a lot of people have been thinking about for a while. How would these two leagues match up? And look at downfield. No call. Play on. McQuaid unable to come down. Seattle with another chance. This is their O point.
Under a minute remaining in the half.
Kawhi striking up line. Finds Lee. Cheryl Sue winds up, puts it out to space. Ooh. Tremonte.
It looked like she was having a hard time figuring out when to bid and like thought it was going to tail a little bit sooner and started to bid and then realized she needed to take another step before actually bidding, and that's what caused her to trip up and not really be able to make a true attempt at that.
27 seconds left. Jinkies, scuba over the top.
Seattle can't afford to squander another end of quarter opportunity.
Definitely need some momentum heading into half. 10 seconds left.
Again, they have all the time in the world. They just need to keep this possession.
3 seconds left. Kirkland lets it rip. That is the end of the half, I believe.
So that was the end of quarter opportunity. That was the time for Seattle not to take the shot. That was the time because you're not up against the buzzer beater. You don't have to score before the buzzer goes off. You have to score. You have to close this deficit. You're still trailing by 2 going into the half. These points matter. They're not particularly high-scoring games. Both of these teams are very evenly matched, so you need to take the points on the board when you can get them.
Yeah.
That was a big missed opportunity for Seattle.
Yep. Seattle will have a chance to right their wrongs in the second half, and the Bay will have a chance to see if they can soar through the storm. I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And we'll see you in the second half.
OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
pursuit, but it is caught. Teresa Zettner.
What an incredible!
Oh, my goodness, the layout grab from Kristen Pajunas.
I just stood up. I couldn't even sit for that. First of all, the angle of that throw. Second of all, the finish. And watch the inside out. Just look at the angle of this throw. What a great grab.
OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute here.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right? Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
In pursuit, but it is caught. Teresa Zettner.
What an incredible!
Oh, my goodness, the layout grab from Kristen Pajunas.
I just stood up. I couldn't even sit for that. First of all, the angle of that throw. Second of all, the finish. And watch the inside out. Just look at the angle of this throw. What a great grab.
OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute here.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right? Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
In pursuit, but it is caught. Teresa Zettner.
What an incredible!
Oh, my goodness, the layout grab from Kristen Pajunas.
I just stood up. I couldn't even sit for that. First of all, the angle of that throw. Second of all, the finish. And watch the inside out. Just look at the angle of this throw. What a great grab.
OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
In pursuit, but it is caught.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Woo. First half in the books. Bay Area on top, 6-4. I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And we're coming at you live from occupied Duwamish territory. And if you're tuning in from the Bay Area, you're tuning in from Olani land. And yeah, I just want to pay homage to the original stewards of the land, the Suquamish here, Duwamish and Muckleshoot, Coast Salish people. And yeah, third quarter action. How you feeling, Charlie?
Feeling good. We talked in the first half about Tempest, keys to the game. The keys to the game, and I know we are now halfway through, but I do want to name them specifically because I think they are also relevant. And I think things, smaller technical things that we want to look for from the Falcons in the second half. They are looking to stop the uplines from Tempest. They are looking to trap Tempest on the sideline, and they are looking to win the deep battles. So reflecting back on that first half, how do you think they've done so far at those things?
I'd give it about a C+. Could use improvement.
Yeah, I think that where they are winning is with their execution, and I think there's in their foci, like they're still in their foci. There's still an opportunity for growth to hit those more to increase their margin of error. And then conversely, the Tempest focus of cleaning up the fundamentals, that's what just caused that turn, right? That is an unforced error.
Yes. Roma getting a little too excited. Ooh. Munson saving it there. There, this is a break chance for them. Ooh, digging it out the ground. Letting it rip. Oh!
Pugh has not had many mistakes this game.
Pugh's been dialed in.
And that was a mistake.
Step on itis with the receiver error there. Cheryl Sue up to Tremonte. Now Lee. Oh! Good help side block by Greenwood. Not the neighborhood. Looking for an option, high stall count, gets it off. Greenwood, good fakes. Ooh, sure-handed. Hasbrook barreling down on it. Nothing doing. Cheryl Sue gets the stat. Here's Kirkland. Kawhi to Hasbrook. Tremonte. Kawhi to Lee. Thought about it. Timeout called, Seattle. On the sideline.
You don't want to use a timeout this early in the second half, but you also don't want to squander this point. Getting high in that stall count after you've already had a turn. You know, we are 2.5 minutes into the first point.
Yep. It matters. All these little moments add up. If you were the Seattle coach, what are you saying?
It's about us. You know, we have too many missed opportunities. Whether that's when we are on O, and that is true for both the offensive teams and the defensive teams when they are playing on O. Right, there are just too many missed opportunities. Again, their D is strong. Right, they are playing like Hasbrook almost got a block in this, in the previous possession.
Yep.
The D looks good. However, it is these throwing errors, less on the execution errors, but they're just really struggling to figure out which are the throws that are going to work. Strangely enough, most of their hooks are working. It's when they're trying to play the short ball, right? Like if Tempest played the hucking offense that they're really good at, they'd be more successful than Falcons trying to play the hucking offense that Tempest is really good at, right? Tempest needs to stop trying to do the short, the small ball stuff that Falcons is excelling at. And then the Falcons need to stop doing the hucking stuff that Tempest is excelling at.
And we're back. Tremonte out to space. Woo-hoo! Goss, Hasbrook, battle in the end zone.
Gosh, showing off in front of the home crowd.
It's a family affair.
Brother Tony would be proud. I mean, after having a game himself in that Cascades game.
Yeah.
He looked good. Olivia looked good. That Goss connection is strong.
Goss, darn it. Pugh gets it off. Tremonte! Oh, no. We got to talk about that one because that's Callahan country.
Who had possession? Can we get it on the replay?
Ooh.
Oh, can we slow it down to that point?
Oh, it's hard to tell.
That is close. That is really close.
Nada Tremonte.
I do think that Tremonte had it, but I also, given how close that is on the camera, I think that really is what this replay is made for, of what the foul contest kind of callback do-over, if you will. That is truly is too close to call. So that is the right outcome for a play like that.
Yeah. It ultimately leads to a point, you know. Big swing. Kept it in bounds. Ooh. Pugh sends it. Hannah Kawhi peeling off. It's the sneaky block. Kawhi, would you do that?
Notice the Falcons defense trying to take up space at the front of the stack, trying to clog those lanes to make it aggravating for the Tempest offense. Watch how the front of the stack is peeling off into the lane. You can see McQuaid was having to close on Kawhi because she was in that lane.
Yeah. Play resumes. Here's Cushy. Give me that. Cushy with yards. Cheryl Sue running routes in close quarters.
Hannah Kawhi being like, I'm open, give me the disc.
Kirkland, receiver error. Bay Area with another chance to add to their lead. Ooh.
Greenwood doing a really great job holding on to that with the punishing tight defense from Tamonsi.
Over the top.
And that's a break. After half of the third quarter, we get our first score of the first quarter.
Wow. McWade in the end zone. Bay Area now up 3.
At the pace that this, like, that's not a significant goal differential, right? It is not a stomping. But at the pace that this game is going,
yeah, for sure,
that is going to be tough to overcome.
It's looking similar to their last game. 12-10 was the final there. We're kind of on pace for that.
And Bay was leading for most of the game.
We'll see if the Bay can close the door this time.
McWade did a lot of work that point and was really impactful, you know, getting that final goal. But I think that, you know, it was also because of all of the work further downfield.
This would be a heck of a playoff matchup.
We might see it.
Yep. Lonnie Wynn gets it off. Jezerski. Ugh. Slinks it through to Decker. Whole conversation.
Looks like a stall is what's being discussed.
Yeah, that was a crafty push pass.
So a fast stall count that did not feel like enough time to have been a stall.
Play continues. Emily Decker in the end zone.
Jones with the assist. Those quick points, like that's how Seattle needs to respond. You know, their 0-2 did what they needed to do.
It was a good fake. Brogan Jones to Emily Decker.
I think that the clogginess that the Falcons are creating for Tempest is really impacting like what they want to look at and is sort of flustering some of the Tempest players, which is contributing to the execution errors. And it is, right, like it was the conversation we had before, like is a team winning the game or is a team losing the game? The Bay Area is firmly in control right now. They are outplaying, even at their mistakes. They look cleaner. They are having fewer errors, and this game would be much more lopsided if they stopped hucking.
As the huck goes up.
That one worked.
Ooh, emphatic in the end zone. Han Chen. And Jezerski with a battle.
Han Chen showing that she can be a threat both as a receiver and as a thrower. Late in the stall count for Maru.
Davies trusting it, putting it out there.
And that's a great way for the Bay Area to respond. To say like, cool, you got a quick one. We can get quick points too. Bay Area up 8-5.
5 minutes left in the third.
For that first point come in, taking so long.
Yeah.
Now they're coming in hot.
Cheryl Sue to Cushy. To Baroma. Baroma out to a spot. Yay, Sun Lee giving chase. Woo! Yay, yay. In the end zone.
That's a big smile. Look at that handshake.
Hey.
That is a party handshake.
Who's got my back? I got your back. I'm trying to see that on the promos.
That would be a good clip.
Baroma as the thrower? Come on.
But look at that smile, right? Like, look how she just lights up, right? Like, these are the moments that we play for.
Yeah, that's clean. That's clean. How long do you think they practiced that?
If it was me, it would have been days. But they're much cooler than I am, so like 30 seconds?
Yeah, maybe.
How long would it take you to learn that?
About 6, 7.
Seconds, days, years, months?
Something like that.
What are we talking about?
I don't even know. And we're back. Bay Area with a chance to respond. Fennec lets it go. Really in the same spot. Chung. Not in Chung's house.
Dear Falcons, fucking's not working for you. Please stop.
Anonymous.
Love, Charlie.
Oh. Oh. Maru swings it. Davies. Now here's Fennec. Oh. Woo. Crowley really working. Of course, an errant throw. Seattle with another chance. Heidi letting it rip. Erickson not in yet. Looking to finish. Elects to dump it. Travel called.
Conversely, dear Tempest, please keep hucking it. It's working for you. Love, Charlie. Do you think the travel impacted the play here?
Not really.
Is that a travel? It looks like it's coming in on 5. Are you sure it's not a contested assault? That looks like a contested assault to me. Which makes a lot more sense because the throw was backwards.
Nonetheless, Erickson finds Charlie Heidi in the end zone. Seattle cuts the score to 1.
Seattle up 8-7.
Bay.
Or Bay up 8-7 against Seattle.
Yep.
Really nice work by Erickson finding Heidi. Heidi throws it to Erickson. Erickson throws it to Heidi. You got the completion there.
Yeah. Eight to 7 again. Just under 3 minutes left. I got me on it in the world.
And that's a break. It's a break for Seattle.
Yes.
And it is those points that give them the opportunity, right? We know these teams are evenly matched. We know that they can each punch and punch back. And so Seattle is their own worst enemy here. They are in control.
It might come down to who throws the last punch. So stay locked in, folks. Fennec. Greenwood connects with some good yards downfield. Back to Fennec. Greenwood. The crowd letting them hear it. What do you think at home?
Let's watch this replay.
Ooh.
I think that Elmi had to go to Q.
I think otherwise. Crowd reacts. The crowd is alive. I can hear it. I can feel it.
Much more alive than in the in the Cascades game.
Yeah. They picked it up there late. But yep, the sun goes down. And the Tempests are out here. It's a good punt.
I think that is beneficial for Seattle, even if there isn't a receiver down there, right? Jezierski can boost it so far. Now Falcons have to work it the full length of the field. Seattle's a good chance at getting this way.
Ooh. There goes a hug to Jezierski. Jones. Pick downfield, maybe? Restall enacted, and we're live. Around to Elmi. Elmi rifles one, gains some good yardage. Ugh, good fakes. Here's Decker. Puts it out to a spot. Jezierski in pursuit. Oh.
On the receiver.
Ah, very much so. 20 seconds left.
Falcons doing a good job sandwiching Jezierski there, but, you know, unnecessary. Because that was all on Jezierski.
Yeah. At the position. Just got to come down with it. $20 seconds and counting until the last possession here. Stall. Big stall. Seattle with a chance to have some good end of quarter things happen for them this time.
Okay, but they've been in this position before. They have to keep possession of the disc in order to close out this punt.
3 seconds. Last possession now. Wanting to win. Oh, left it out there for him. Ah.
Off to a much better start, right? They kept possession. They didn't immediately throw it away on something, right? Like, yes, it didn't end in an actual point, but that was a process win for end of quarter. It was it was poised, it was intentional. Seattle was moving it, and that is an improvement over the end of the first and the second. So that is a process win, even if the outcome was the same in a turnover.
Ooh, 1 point game heading into the fourth. What more can you ask for, folks? We got one more quarter for you. Hopefully.
It's a nail biter.
Yeah, we could see overtime. You never know. But I'm Zig Nozag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
See you in the fourth.
OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess OT.
Number 7, Giants and Chargers, Justin Herbert. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Nope. Looks like that's Western Ultimate League Frisbee. I'd know it anywhere.
It looks like Cody Lippincott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laying out, well done.
All right, so I'm going to just guess.
Discraft is the presenting sponsor of the WUL. This broadcast is proudly sponsored by the official disc of the WUL made by Discraft. Friction gloves are the official glove of Western Ultimate League. They keep our hands safe, sticky, and protected while we play Ultimate. And Breakmark is WUL's official apparel provider. Both Tempest and the Falcons are looking fly in their Breakmark apparel. Shout out to all of the sponsors of the WUL. This would not happen without you.
Definitely. Those kits are looking nice. As Pugh breaks the mark. Ooh, Crowley gets a hand on it. Seattle in the first 20 seconds with a chance now to break.
Which would tie this game. For the first time since 0-0.
Horizontal look for Tempest coming out on their defense. Timeout called. Saved by the bell. There was no motion.
Early in the fourth. You don't really want to spend them, but you got to score the points.
Got to. I think those early timeouts have kept Seattle afloat, really. It saved them a couple times.
As we are getting ready for championship weekend, I'm thinking about, like championship weekend is going to be in the Bay Area this year. It's crummy for everyone involved when the team that is hosting is not in championship weekend. And so that is extra pressure on the Bay Area to win this game, to beat Oregon, to clinch that final spot. And so there's this extra fight, right? Like everyone wants to make championship weekend, but there's that extra level of expectation because you are the team that's hosting it.
Yeah, they would love to follow Seattle's footsteps, winning in their own stadium.
Because it's so fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Seems like a long time ago at this point, though.
Well, and, thinking about that, props to Seattle for showing that the 2024 version of Tempest was kind of the blip. That team that didn't make championship weekend last time, after winning it back-to-back, this Tempest roster is back, right? They are here to be a contender, to have their name in the mix.
Cheryl Sue lets it go. Kat Chung and Chase tailing away. Woo! When in doubt, throw it to Chung. Yep. Right back to her. Sue gets the dump. Gives it right back. Kat Chung ties the game. Hello.
That was the Kat Chung point. Throw a deep to Kat Chung. Throw the goals to Chung.
Chung with the reset and gets it right back.
Can do it all. There's the dish to Erickson. Gaining yards. That is such a classic Tempest move, right? Throw the reset and then drive up field in the middle of the field to gain yards. That's exactly what you saw Chung do. That is classic 2022 and 2023 Tempest offense. And, having Erickson and Chung having played on that 2023 roster together, they know. And that bump back to Sue to then keep driving forward again, that is the years of experience from Chung that's showing up there, that, that chemistry between those players to keep taking those yards, and the coaching of Pam Krause living on forward with Tempest, even though Krause isn't coaching this year.
Zersky with a good pull. Seattle hustling down, looking to ride this momentum. Maru dumps it back. Chen to Fennec.
Collision between Jazerski and Page there. You got no one to blame but yourselves.
Might be talk of a pick. Yep. We're back into action. Chen gets it off. Ooh. Oh. Couple steps out of the way.
Really athletic bid by Davies.
I'm really liking that Fennec-Jezierski matchup. Elmy picks it up for Seattle. Ooh, for a break chance. Here's Decker. Lets it go. Ooh, good second effort there by Page. Carnahan. Good grab. Chen lets a good one go. In pursuit. Woo! Give me that. Maru.
Great run by Maru. Great throw by Chen. That's why they keep hucking it. It did work this time.
Yep.
But after that game-saving possession by Wayenberg, or game-saving, possession-saving bid, wow, and Page was right there. Page really had the inside lane. Maru timed that perfectly.
Needed to. Gives the Bay the lead again. 8:30 left.
At this point, this game is anyone's go. We got some Frozen in the background of the stadium, blasting, trying to get the crowd into it.
Let it go. Centers to Kawhi.
I don't know who's trying to let go of what, but I don't want to let go of this game.
I think letting go that they let them score. Kawhi lets one go to the deep space. Cushy with three trailing. Oh my goodness. It's yours. And a Cushy.
Sometimes you know what's going to happen, and you prep for what's going to happen, and you try to do everything you can to have it not happen. But Cushy still makes it happen. 3 defenders. Everyone knows it's going up. Cushy streaking to the deep space. Cushy has always had a nose for the end zone. Really well timed, great placement. And here, we're tied again at 9s.
Yeah, Hannah Kawhi taking the deep look is good too. Haven't really seen them hook today.
But they've been playing Ultimate for so long, even if they haven't done it today, it's still very much comfortably within their arsenal.
DNA at this point.
I was playing with them back when they made the one season, they made the transition from handler to cutter. One year they were a cutter. The next year, coach came out like, hey, Kawhi's a handler now.
Yep.
Seamless.
Oh my gosh. Lynn puts it out there. Oh.
Maru almost did it again.
Score is 9-9. Just under 8 minutes left. Ooh. Good run. Maru almost did it again.
You know, as we're heading into the playoffs, regardless of who wins this game, I think I would rather be the Bay. When you think about the biggest Achilles heel for Seattle, it's their execution.
Erickson gets it down there. Anselin and Chung. Here's Sue. Keeps it up. Gets it there. Hey! Siona Antolin with the goal. Put Seattle on top.
That's a break. First time they've led all game.
10-9 now. Good pull. Oh.
The defense was so close. Sue with such an athletic bid. And Antolin just closing out. Coaches named Antolin as one of the players to watch this game. They described her as a young player who's getting better with each rep, had some clutch blocks in their last Bay game, and hoping that Antolin repeats that again. But, you know, with the second goal of the game for Antolin is showing up not as much defensively, but as they are offensively.
Yeah.
Again, new to the league this year, rookie player, but definitely growing rapidly.
Just about 7 minutes left. Seattle now on top by 1. Moving it downfield is the Bay. The crowd is coming alive here. Some discussion going on. Stall, potentially. Uncontested, Seattle with the disc now. Elmi picking it up, quarterbacking. With Lonnie Nguyen by her side. An ambitious throw, ran out of space. The Bay with another chance here.
Throwing errors for Seattle. So the end of that thought is that I would rather be the Falcons in this situation, because the Achilles heel for the Falcons is they're trying to play the Tempest offense. They're trying to throw too many pucks. And that is a fixable thing that's in decision making, where it's a lot harder to fix your throwing execution, which is what Seattle has to fix.
Pick is the call downfield. Again, Seattle's on top 10-9.
But with about half the fourth quarter left, this game could go either way. Seattle in the lead for the first time this game. But both teams are fighting tooth and nail. Every call is contested, or every play is contested. Everybody wants it, and I love the tenacity and the ferocity out here of the players.
Pre-stall is active. Goss with the disc. And we're live. Ulbrich. Ooh. Big swing. Back to the middle. Greenwood to Goss. Here's Pugh. A lot of throws here. Saved by the bell. Bayer with a timeout. Probably a good timeout. You can't take them with you.
That whistle blew long and hard. When we think about the connections between the Spiders and the Falcons and the Cascades and the Tempest, it is not just like sibling connections we have. We also have coach connections. So assistant coach Matthew Crawford for the Falcons is also on the Spiders, and so is unavailable to be here at this game because he's currently on a bus with the Spiders driving down to Oregon.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Falcons would love to have him here on the sideline, but also appreciating that that connection between the communities, how we as players both want to be playing but also contributing and supporting others. And I think that that is a really noteworthy and beautiful connection that, you know, that even while playing semi-professionally yourself, you're also coaching. So, Shadow Crawford, you're appreciated.
Crawford had to beat that I-5 traffic, you know?
You can never beat that I-5 traffic.
I-5. We call it I-5 here.
I'm from DC. It's 95.
On the sideline looking for help. Finds a release. Stall count getting up there. Ooh. Gets it off. Bayer on the doorstep. Wow.
Foul called.
Saw a symbol for a contest.
I think they're also talking about like how and where the contact is occurring.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
I think it's clean. I think that Paige had the inside line, touches it, and that Wynn is grabbing it after. And apparently I am wrong. It is ruled a foul, the Wynn's disc. Because it was in the goal line, right, play will start as part of that pre-stall with her walking to the goal, to the end zone line.
Oh, Decker peeling off. Doesn't get it, but causes havoc. Ikrid Elmi gets a hand on it. Settle down, settle down. I do this, says Elmi. Gets it back.
This is Elmi's best game of the season.
I can see that. Decker puts it to a spot. They weren't even running, but it doesn't matter. Puts it out there. Ah!
Anna Petty with the goal.
Give me that.
Decker does a great job putting float on that disc such that, right, just like you said, Petty wasn't running. Didn't start running until she saw that the disc was up and still had enough time to make a play on it and close that out.
It's called throwing somebody open.
That's exactly what happened.
Outside today.
It's a really powerful windup.
Give me that. Seattle now up 2 with just over 2 minutes left.
Anna Petty is a rookie on Tempest, but is really like coming into her own and like is really thriving on the stage. Her tight defense has earned her PT in this Tempest roster and in these situations, and it is this ability to close, this athleticism to make plays like that that is continuing to earn her PT against players who are more experienced than her.
For sure. Maru. Centers to Fennig. 2 minutes left. Fennig. Carnahan.
Falcons look good here. They're playing within themselves, moving the disc quickly, using the full width of the field. This is the Falcons that is ready for championship weekend. Like, this is their style of play. This is when they're in their element.
Pugh. Oh.
spoke too soon.
Costly turn there. Seattle with 1 minute left.
Seattle up by 2 points. Seattle doesn't need to score here.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah. Ooh, Antolin from the canopy. Oh, gives it back. Bay with a glimmer of hope here.
But again, they have to get 2 in 52 seconds to have a chance.
Fennec recognizing that, sends it deep.
Carnahan's a great target.
Maru sending it back. Hey! Carnahan.
35 seconds.
Cuts the lead in half. Whew.
Barria doesn't have to, they have to have possession, right? They have to get a block in 35 seconds. They don't have to score, but they have to get a block in 36 seconds to have the chance to tie it, to send it into overtime. But I think that's a really smart play. For all that I've been saying, stop hucking it, this is the time that you have to huck it.
Yep.
And Carnahan is a phenomenal jump ball target.
Time and place for everything.
Carnahan has just been such a great target for years and years, has so much experience, and they continue to do that so well.
I don't want to say nothing, but we're so close to the same score as their last game.
Well, 30 seconds and we'll know.
Yep.
We have 35 seconds left on the clock.
Clock is moving. 30 seconds. Hannah Kawhi goes up line. Here's Cushy. Ooh.
20 seconds.
Julia Hasbrook. 15 seconds to keep away. Seattle will win.
Seattle doesn't need to score.
Hannah Kawhi. Five seconds put back on the clock.
I believe that Hannah is saying that since the stall count is less than that, they don't have to throw the disc. That the game is just over. Two seconds. There's the buzzer. Time has expired.
Ooh.
But clock has expired. Game is over. Observers did not do a great job communicating the end of that game, leading to that confusion. The clock had clearly expired before the turnover occurred.
Seattle with a comeback again. 11-10. Wow.
With that, Seattle has clinched their spot at championship weekend, meaning there's only one more spot up for grabs in championship weekend.
It's the Falcons for the taking. Like we were saying earlier, the Falcons will travel down I-5 to take on the Oregon Steel.
Oregon Soar.
Excuse me. And yeah, it's the Falcons for the taking. They look good for most of that game. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Huge credit to Tempest for looking in themselves and getting back in it. You know, the key to Tempest's success going into the later in the season is not that they have to end the game strong. They have to start as strong as they are ending, and they need to continue to focus on their execution, on their decision making, and what throws are within themselves, and doing that the whole time. Right? That's what they need to adjust to compete with Colorado, to compete with San Diego. And for the Falcons, they have all of the things. what the Falcons need to, they have all of the keys that they need. They have the skills, they have the closeness, the camaraderie. They work so well as a unit. They so clearly trust each other, and they cannot afford to be lulled into playing somebody else's game. They have to continue their system regardless of what's happening around them, and that's the big takeaway for the Falcons this game. But both of these teams are so strong, so skilled, and what an absolute treat it was to get to watch Bay Area versus Seattle tonight at this glimmer of what we are in for in a month in championship weekend, at championship weekend in the Bay. So we'll see who's gonna earn that last spot.
Yeah, well said. Ooh, Seattle versus the Bay gets a split. Tempest take it. Yeah, I'm Zigno Zag.
I'm Charlie Mercer.
And we'll see you next time.